Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to be on Jagged Maw, and we're going to be versus Zerton. Zerton and I play quite a bit. He's predominantly a Vanguard player, but he's dabbling in the other races. He likes to play quite a few of them, and so I'm going to be against his Celestial today. This is Jagged Maw, which means there is no expanding versus Celestial, at least not in this patch there wasn't. And so I'm going to be kind of showing you how to deal with any rushes that might come your way on this map. It's going to be pulling your workers immediately to Therium, so you can take a look. I actually went the long way around the map, which was a mistake. I should not have done that. And I am going to notice he's not expanding, and I'm going to catch barely a glimpse of that Arc Fortress coming across the map. I'm going to immediately throw down a Biokinetics lab, and I'm going to power build that with the rest of my workers who are still overcharged from the barracks. From there, I'm just going to be saving up money. It's very important to get, we're looking for around 200. And I'm going to bring my dog back, and I'm going to send him back across the map, because I know what's coming, and I also know kind of the dog's not going to be very helpful in this. So I'm just going to send him to attack the collection array and do the best I can with that. The sentry post is more important than the EXO. It's more important to get the sentry post up than it is to get the EXO out. So I'm going to prioritize the sentry post first, and then I'm going to be making the EXO once I get enough money. So the sentry post is up, and it's going to start firing away. And I'm going to send my workers back to mine the rest of the Therium that I need.
Not enough luminite.
In this type of situation, you typically actually want to focus the link nodes rather than the morph cores, but I'm going to focus the morph cores and push them away, and he's just going to transform them into link nodes anyway. With overcharged workers, you can actually kill link nodes really quickly. You can see I'm kind of beating up on it pretty bad, especially if they're overcharged. They're doing that double damage. And I've got that EXO on the way. That EXO, once he gets into the turret, is going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. His link nodes are done morphing, and so I'm going to begin the repair. Some of my units are going to get stuck. That Bob's going to run around. He thought running around the backside back and forth repeatedly, he thought that was the play, and that's going to be helpful. My Bobs are still overcharged, and I'm fine to lose them as long as I kill these link nodes, really. I'm going to get out of range and manage to repair them. And with my bombs that are kind of out of range, I'm going to be constantly trying to attack and kill the new link nodes. He's going to hit the power, the Sovereign's Watch. I don't think he knew that doesn't attack workers. That's a quick tip for everybody. Sovereign's Watch does not attack workers. It only attacks army units, so your workers are free to run around. And I'm just going to end up shooting down that last one. And my dog, the whole time, I've been assigning him to attack the collection array, and as a result, it's pretty low HP. You can see it's less than half. And I'm going to force him to use the Sovereign's Watch over there as well. Back at home, I'm just going to be adding in new workers now that the rush is held, and I'm just going to be letting that EXO turret do its work and destroy that building. I'm going to send a couple workers back to Therium so that I can make more EXOs. And at this point, I'm rather confident it's held. I'm going to be in awe of how long that ability lasts, because it's crazy long. And I'm going to be sending my EXO across the map. I'm going to try and get counter damage right away. He's going to be kind of floating back in with his Arc Fortress, and I'm not sure what he's doing here, because he can't have any units. I just killed his Creation Chamber, and he was trying to do some link nodes with the morph cores that he made, and so this Arc Fortress is completely exposed, and it's going to be able to be taken out by the EXOs as I fire at it. So I'm just going to be doing a bit of micro here, moving forward, trying to shoot it. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to get away, and it looks like it's going to get away just barely with the last shot. That hero EXO takes it down, and he's going to GG. Okay, welcome to game 2. For this game, I'm going to be playing Zerton again. I played him back to back, but on this time we're going to be on Titan's Causeway, and I'm going to be trying a build that I got from Denver. He had sent it in the Vanguard chat and recommended that I use it, and so I'm going to be going with that. You're going to see what it is, and this was one of the early builds that emerged when we were starting to struggle a lot versus Celestial. Specifically, this is when Kree were still broken, and so letting them get to the late game was a bit of an issue. So the build, I'm I'm going to scout as per usual. I'm going to take a look at what's going on, and I'm going to see he's expanding. And right away, I'm going to be going for a Lancer. I'm going to notice a slight variation in my normal build. I am not pulling those 4 workers to expand. I'm pulling them to move them straight across the map. This is a Buzzsaw turret rush. I would not recommend this anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Once Celestial players became wise as to how to beat it and that it was coming, it was pretty shut down and not used anymore. But for the duration early on, when I started doing this, it worked pretty well, and so I'm going to do this for a couple games, including doing it to Zerton, because it was rather good versus people who expanded first rather than going for Creation Chamber first. With my workers coming across the map, I'm going to start my second Lancer, and you can see my Lancer on the minimap. He's trailing behind that. And at perfect timing, by the time the workers arrive, I'm going to just hold off for just a second so that I can gain enough to start the sentry post immediately. I'm looking to get that down right away, element of surprise sort of thing, and so I'm going to stay out of the field of vision until it's ready. With my free 2 units, I'm going to attack the battery, and I'm going to try and pull away, but my dog's going to get stuck a whole bunch, and so I'm just going to move my Lancer back. You're going to see a bug coming up where the Sovereign's Watch is going to attack my unit inside the bunker. Yes, it is doing damage, and it is killing my my unit, but a Lancer can live through that, so it's not a huge deal, and so it's just going to stay kind of stuck shooting at that. And like I said, it is doing damage to my Lancer, but it's not a big deal. And if you put an Exo in the turret while it's doing that, it'll kill it, but that has since been fixed. So I'm going to start my second Buzzsaw turret and put my second Lancer in it, and I'm going to start my third one, my sentry post. He's got a Morph Core that comes out, and he's going to try and go for upgraded Link Node defense. This is not the play. You want to be going for Argents, and you want to be able to identify it a bit earlier. I'm going to focus on trying to build this third sentry post. He's going to have one of my workers get sniped, but I am going to lose the sentry post in the end, but I'm trading very well. I'm getting a whole bunch of damage on all his different stuff, and he is going to use another Sovereign's Watch, and I'm going to take my Lancer out so that the sentry post can shoot up. The Buzzsaw turret alone cannot shoot up, but as you can see in a sentry post form, I can start shooting at those Morph Cores and kind of push them off my workers. I'm just going to have my Lancer go up and start attacking on his own, because again, I want that sentry post shooting up at the Morph Core. And I'm just going to have the Bobs repair them. Morph Core does 8 damage. Bobs can out-repair that very easily, especially if you have 2 of them. And I'm actually going to end up sniping the Morph Core, and so I'm just going to pop that Buzzsaw turret and get that operational. Behind this, I'm going to be going for a Biokinetics lab and starting my worker production again. Once the push starts to get closer to ending, typically you want to kind of pull out and start to transition, because this is not a build that's going to kill them very often. I was going to go for another sentry post, but he actually has a link node there that I don't think I'm going to get past very easily. I'm going to try for it, but in hindsight, I don't know if that was the greatest idea. I did it because I had the Lancer tanking, and I knew the Bobs could get past as a result. So I'm going to throw down that another sentry post right down there, and with my Lancers, I'm just going to bring all of them at the same time and try and get them up the ramp. And because that position is gone, I'm going to salvage the two sentry posts that were there. And he did hit Sovereign's Watch, but I'm macroing at home, so I'm not going to notice until one of my Lancers is already dead. Remember, it does not target workers, and so you're fine to do that. And I'm going to bring both of my guys in at the same time, and I'm going to put the lower HP one in and escort him out with the other one tanking. And that's because of the bug I talked about earlier, in which you still can die if you're in a sentry post. That has since been fixed, of course, but if I had not done that, my Lancer, who was half HP, likely would have died in the sentry post there. He's going to get an Argent out now, and I'm going to try and focus that down right away. And he is going for my worker, so I'm going to try and pull it for a repair. And I'm going to get that first snipe off on the worker. But now, I only have one worker working on the sentry post, and they build very slow. It takes 50 seconds to build a sentry post, and so I'm just going to kind of pull him away, trying to run him away, because he's got 2 Morph Cores now, which outdoes the DPS of, or the repair of the bobs. So I'm going to lose my other bob. Back at home, I'm just macroing, adding more workers, and I'm also kind of, adding in those exos behind this. I'm going to focus batteries. They cost 100, and putting him in red power slows down his production and warp speed and all that sort of stuff. He's going to hit a third Sovereign's Watch when I try and bring my unit around, but it's not a big deal. And behind this, I'm going to go up into my tier 2. He's held the rush at this point, and I'm kind of locked in the base because he's got some link nodes back at home. But I'm just stalling. My goal is to buy time for me to get more exos and to be able to move out on the map when I'm ready. I'm just going to be sending that Lancer in to die, and I'm going to be transferring a few more workers temporarily to Ethereum because I need to both be making exos and getting that upgrade, and so I'm going to need a bit more than 2 workers on 2 or 3 on Ethereum. I'm going to need 5 or 6 to sustain that. Once I have enough, I'm going to start that, and as soon as I can, I'm going to be getting more exo production and adding that additional supply at depot. I actually went and hit a Lancer in the corner of the map so that I could pull him back in, and if he's going on the map with any army, I'm going to be able to pull him right back. I forgot that Celestials have an infinite defensive ability that they just cast over and over again, and I forgot that it has a billion range. You can see I'm just in shock of the range on how far that is. But my tier 2 is going to be done. I'm going to move out with my exos, and I'm going to transfer those workers back just like I said, just a temporary hold. I am going to be promoting my units, and he's going to have an Argent in the back of my base, but that's not a big deal. Especially if he's shooting workers, he's running out of energy rapidly, and so I'm just going to send 1 unit to repair and have 1 exo clean it up out of my production. And I'm not going to slow down my main push or anything like that. I'm going to go right at it. So he's got one of those link nodes that does a decent bit of damage, but my group of exos can take it. I'm going to snipe his collection array as a result. He doesn't have enough static defense there or units, and so I'm going to go up for it. He is going to use another Sovereign's Watch. That's right, he's got more. You thought he had enough, but he's got more. And he's going to get caught massively with these 3 morph cores. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or if he thought I would be intercepted. But these are tier 2 and tier 3 exos, so they don't die to morph cores. And I'm going to take the health camp. The reason I'm taking the health camp is so that I can heal up that 1 exo, and I can just be attacking as needed, and then pull back.
Capture point secured.
So you can see, I'm just going to pull that guy back. Same thing. As soon as one of the exos gets low, I'm just going to pull him right back into the health camp. He's going for Kree, the best unit at the time, so I don't blame him, of course. But he doesn't have the numbers right now, and that's a big problem. Kree do well in numbers. You need to have equal to or just a couple less than exos, and at this point he's got only a couple. You can see there he's got 4, and I've got way more exos than that. And so I'm going to be able to take the fight, and I know it. All the meantime, I'm rallying additional units across the map. You can see they're actually halted on the minimap. That was a bit of a rally error by me. But I am going to get to snipe his arc ship again because it was out of position. And I'm just going to do some kiting to clean up the rest of the game here and kill the rest of his Kree. Now all he's got is static defense, so he's going to know he's going to have to leave. And that's going to end our second game and bring us into Diamond League. Thanks for watching.